Let me tell you something. Brian McKnight's son just died from stage 4 colon cancer. And Brian McKnight don't give no by his son dying. 32-year-old Niko McKnight died just a couple days ago as he battled cancer for 2 years. He made public pleas for his father to come to the hospital and just see him. Just tell me that you're proud of me, Daddy. But Brian McKnight just continued to shrug his shoulders and ignore his cries. Well, now that son is deceased, and that's an open wound that'll never heal in Brian McKnight. The death of his son will probably haunt him for the rest of his life. Brian McKnight really don't like them kids from that first marriage. Cause if a death of your own son won't get you to resolve the issue and issue a statement with a heartfelt message to your fans to let them know that you acknowledge, at least acknowledge your son, that means it's some trauma that can't be healed. Cause the way Brian McKnight acted, it seemed like he was waiting on this to happen. Not just to Niko, to all them kids from that first marriage. He want them all gone. Now Brian McKnight got 7 kids. Minus that one son that died from colon cancer, he got 6 living children. I think he got 2 stepchildren. Now through all the backlash, they asked Brian McKnight, why you don't fool with your kids like that? Why you and your kids don't see eye to eye? This what Brian McKnight responded with. Check this shit out!
Anyone who knows me knows over the last 20 years, 30 years now as a matter of fact, that I've been there for my children every step of the way. Until recently. And let's be clear, my 2 sons are 30 and 27. Not 12, not 13, but 30 and 27. Now my daughter's about to turn 18, that's another story I'll get to in a second. I've never missed a day of child support. I've never done anything adverse to my children whatsoever. I've always been there. I've always been there with advice, whether they took it or not. I've always been the sounding board, and I've always been the one that tried to help them achieve whatever dreams they were wanting to reach out for. We talk about abandonment. I'm not abandoning them. We are estranged. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see that not my last video, but the video before that, 42, the song was written by Brian and I, and it was directed, the video, by Niko. And I went on and I said how proud I was of Niko at the time, and I really, really was. He did an awesome job in that video. Even before that, less than 2 years ago, these are the 2 gentlemen who stood up for me as my best man in my wedding. So abandonment, deadbeat dad, I'll reiterate, I've never missed a day of child support. I've been there every step of the way. BJ, he talks about Jack's new car. BJ had 3 brand new cars before he was 22. But I'm not talking about material things, because none of this has anything to do with money. It's about respect. Respect goes both ways. And even in family, there's a line that shouldn't and should not ever be crossed.
Now I can understand that it's 3 sides to every story, and we may never know what really happened or what they did to him to get that cold shoulder, tough love that they getting from Brian McKnight. But even still, when your child is severely ill, you gotta put that pride to the side and go see about them, because that's your flesh and blood, man. Now, after his son Niko McKnight died, Brian McKnight's brother went on IG and he said this. Check this shit out!
So all day, I said to myself I wasn't going to post about this. And as the day wore on, I realized that how could I not post about this? This morning, I found out that my nephew, Niko McKnight, passed away. He'd been bravely battling cancer for the last 2 years or so. And I have a lot of feelings right now. In any situation, there's always at least 3 sides to a story. There's my side, your side, and the truth. And the truth a lot of times is somewhere in between. So here's the thing. I don't know exactly what was going on there. I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard from all parties involved. And I try not to judge. I just try to be as loving to each person as I can be, because apparently there's so much hurt going on or was so much hurt going on, that a lot of things didn't get resolved. And again, I want to go back to Niko. I know that kid had a lot inside, a lot eating at him for a long, long, long time. That may have contributed to what happened with him. What I do know is he's out of pain now. And so I can rejoice in the fact that he no longer has to go through the chemo and the radiation and everything else.
Now, after hearing both sides, three sides, seeing what's going on, I don't know what Brian McKnight truly feel inside. I don't know why he resent them kids the way he resent them kids. I don't know why them kids resent him. From Brian McKnight's perspective, as the family breadwinner, he probably the only one in his family that got some money now. It could be entitlement issues like he said in his video. He just probably tired of them coming to get handout. Oh, I ain't gotta work because I'm Brian McKnight kids. Think about that. It could be the fact that he can't stand the ex-wife / mother that the kids come from. Think about that. Or could it be he just a monster that everybody say he is? But after canceled shows behind your family issues, and that's how you eat, and after majority of your fans turning on you behind the relationship between you and your kids. Now this ain't your fans' kids, this you and your kids. Even though it's outside of your talent, they judging you off your character. They starting to look at you and say you got bad character, just like R. Kelly could sing, but he can't leave in the pee-pee alone with them underage children. Think about what I'm saying. At that point where you see it's deeper than your music, it's deeper than Back at One, it's deeper than all the love songs, because Brian McKnight can sing his ass off. But when it get to the point where it's affecting your dinner table and how you eat with your new wife and your new kids, you gotta make an executive decision. Because this whole situation could start you back at one. Now, do y'all feel like Brian McKnight will man up and fix this situation with the rest of his living kids before something similar to this situation happens and he can't fix that void or fill that void in the rest of these kids that can't stand it black ass? Or do y'all think Brian McKnight right and them kids entitled and he's sick of that shit? Comment below, let me know. Or do you think they mama done indoctrinated them kids to hate their father? What y'all think, man? Or do you think Brian McKnight is just a sick, careless POS? Y'all comment below y'all thoughts. Y'all make sure y'all share this video, baby. We the business.